Welcome to Kyle Field, home to the Texas.A&M Aggies, a unique and special environment in college football. This crowd coming together to make up the 12th man, trying to make it very difficult for any opponent. Today, it's a top 25 matchup. Two teams off to good starts, hoping to build on that and test themselves against another ranked team. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Utah.State.Aggies, taking on the 9th-ranked team, the Texas.A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Aggies will kick this away and start us off. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So Utah State's offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And here comes that star wide receiver with the swag that kind of rubs opponents the wrong way, Kirk, because he's saying, I don't care who you are, I'm going to embarrass you today.
Well, Chris, there's a rumor that this guy actually DMs the opposing corners before the game that he's going to go up against, as if to say, hey, it's going to be a long day for you today. But the wild thing is he actually comes out and single-handedly unravels defenses to the point that by the end, it looks like he's in the heads of the opposing secondary.
They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Eludes the rush. He escapes one man, but he'll be swallowed up in the play and taken down.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. Looking to pass. It's Barnes. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
The offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback, to give him enough time to find an open receiver. But there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. But how about the speed of this defense? Now you're looking at a 3rd down.
Crucial 3rd down play coming up. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Cannot escape, and down he goes.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs, and also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. So the Texas.A&M Aggies offense gets their first crack now. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. Two good teams with great individual players.
First down, looking to throw the ball. He's going to pull it down and run. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's tackled just short of the midfield line at the 49.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Texas.A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Keeping it on the ground here. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback will throw it off the run pass option. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Great execution on the RPO. Quarterback does a nice job as he's putting the ball into the belly of the back, making sure to read his key. This defense was determined. They came up to stop the run. Quarterback saw it, pulled it out, hit the quick slant right behind it for some great yards.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Second down after the incompletion. Play action fake, looking to throw. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is third down and long. To throw, it's Reed. The pass rush closing in. And they've got him again. That ferocious pass rush, back-to-back sacks.
How about that? The defense does their job on third down and long. They get after that quarterback, and now it's fourth and forever. Coverage did its part. Let's not forget about that. Buying the pass rush enough time to get after the quarterback.
And the Aggies will have to kick it away. Finally, the first punt of the game, hoping to pin them back deep. And no chance for a return as the punt sails out of bounds. Utah State's offense back out on the field now. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Did well to avoid a loss there, but it's no gain on the play.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Tackle made after just a short game.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They make the stop just short of the marker. It's getting fourth down and inches.
On third downs like this, you can only allow completions in front of you as long as you can protect the sticks. That's what the defense did here. They knew where the sticks were, and they were able to make the tackle short of the line.
Brought down, but not before shaking off the first defender and picking up the first down.
I can really appreciate this offensive coordinator not trying to just do something crazy. You're less than a foot away from the first down line. Just punch it in and pick up a first down. That's what they call here, and it works out perfectly.
Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Barnes. Pass not complete, but there was a lot of contact there, and here comes a late flag. Pass interference. Defense.
Playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield and you get a call like this.
They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
First down here for this offense. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Running with purpose.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
7th play of the drive coming up. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Look at him run through those tacklers. They bring him down, but a solid run there by the sophomore.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching the game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back that time.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
They bring the punter onto the field now. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the punt will land in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. And they begin to click now. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. Aggressive call, a deep shot on 1st down, but incomplete.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the 2nd half.
Gonna run it. It's Owens. But only a 1-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 9 coming up.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. To the air, it's Reed. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. 3rd down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
The Aggies will send their punt team onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. Moving right through the contact. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. And the Aggies offense is back on the field now. Some positive signs in that last drive, but it stalled. They had to settle for a punt. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
An inside give now from the shotgun. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Crucial 3rd down play coming up after that run. And they pick up the 1st on the ground.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the 2nd and 3rd-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
And moves the ball to the 35, and another 1st down.
What a job by this offense picking up the 1st down. You know, as a play caller, you look at where you are in the field. If you punt it, there's a chance it goes into the end zone for a touchback. If you kick the field goal, it's a really long kick. So this is a great opportunity to be aggressive and pull the trigger to try to come up with a big play. They get it, keep the drive alive, and now they can get a touchdown.
A quick juke. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from the 1st down.
At the 26-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
So, Kirk, we reached the end of one. So far, a defensive stalemate here in the early stats illustrating the story. Getting set here now for the second period. Both offenses looking for some efficiency, for a spark after that opening play. Come to the line for second down and very short now. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Looking for his big tight end. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Running play called on third and short. Gain moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
About time this offense gets going. It's a 1st and 10. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Running out of time in the pocket. Escapes the sack. Extending the play now. The defense will wrap him up, but he's able to scramble for a first down and keep the drive going.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
The offense threatening, close to the goal line with a new set of downs. 1st and goal, handoff. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
A pretty good push up front here by this offensive line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
And he'll get there. Touchdown, Aggies.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Here comes the point after attempt. BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0.
That makes the score.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Returner decides to field it. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. On 1st and 10, looking to throw, and he lofts it toward the sideline. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. Going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. It's a short completion of a big tight end. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a first down.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards in the first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
Breaks loose at the 40. Slides to avoid the big hit. And the Aggies come to the line looking to crank up the tempo.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
Ball handed off, fighting off the defender. Defense finally able to get him down after the juke, but he picks up a decent gain.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the 4th quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Going to try to use his legs here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
I really like this call by this offense on 2nd and short. Looking to maybe take a shot downfield. Nobody is open, so instead, he's able to just tuck it, run, and pick up a nice first down.
And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Well, those counter plays are tough on a defense. Defense has got to be gap sound. You get so caught up in the base concepts that the offense comes back with a counter play. If you're not sound with your gap integrity, you give up a big play.
An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And a sophomore making an impact play.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. Got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
So on 4th down, they will settle for a field goal attempt. The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
7, Texas A&M, 3.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Utah State offense out there. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Back to throw. It's Barnes. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance, but he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Punt team ready to boot it away. And their fair catch is made. A smart decision in rainy conditions like this. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot, so sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. He lets it go on the move. Oh, that one's picked off.
What a play by the defensive back here. You have no idea how tough it can be and how slippery it is out there with this rain. The defense is reacting to the offense. The offense knows exactly where they're going when they're running their route. The defender has to try to be very careful to keep his footing underneath him. Sounds simple, but it's not. To come up with that interception while doing that, and that is a big-time play.
Utah State's offense back out on the field now. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
go on 4th down. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a 4th down play, and they will take over on downs now.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decided to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Breaks free. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Love the aggressive mindset from the play caller here on 1st down. Take a shot downfield. The thing is, they're all covered. Nobody's open. He gets flushed out of the pocket, decides to run towards the boundary and gets out of bounds, and a good gain and a 1st down.
Tackle made after the completion. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. And the wideout goes in motion. Back to pass. It's Reed. Makes a quick grab. Fights off a defender. Wow, juke the 1st tackler. That was enough to make the 1st down.
Each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Defense drops him for a loss. Tougher 2nd down on the way.
A couple things that really stood out to me here, Chris, on this nice play by the corner. Awareness to be able to see the wide receiver screen, and then the willingness to get involved and run support and make the tackle. Great play.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Well, I thought the defense had him here, Chris. He should be down in the backfield, but instead, he gets out of the pressure and actually picks up some positive yards.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Boy, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
And this one is right through.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Davis. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Aggies offense is back on the field now. Last possession, they went for it on 4th down, but got stoned. Let's see what they can do this time. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. His pass rush has been a problem. Another sack sets up 2nd and long. And now the handoff. That was a nice juke, but not much room to run. He's brought down for a short gain. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Fighting him off. They stop him for a 2-yard gain, which will bring up 4th down. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. And here comes the punter onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. And the returner will be brought down. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking to throw. It's Reed. Pressure is coming. And a senior making a disruptive impact play. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. 2nd down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, that's everything you want to see from an offense. Great execution. The line gave the quarterback time. Quarterback makes a great read, throws it to his guy, and the receiver drops it. Now he's going to have to shake that off and get ready to make that next play.
Critical third down play for this offense right here. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up. The Aggies will line up to kick it away.
37 on to kick it away.
And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Handoff here from the shotgun. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37. The Meadows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun first half than you? And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. It's time to throw it back to our guys in the booth to start up the second half.
All right, Kevin, thank you. We appreciate the breakdown. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half.
Set to kick this one away.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. They get the second half started with a running play. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
The short completion of the tight end. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up fourth down.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short on that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on fourth down.
With the return, it's Freeman. Return tackle right there. That's where they start the drive. Here comes the Utah State offense out there. This has been an uphill battle for both offenses. Let's see if they can get it going this time. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7.
After 40. Brings up second down.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. They don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
One team making their way on the field. On the kick now for the 5th time today. On the return, it's Owens. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. The return man flashing his elusive speed. They finally get him, but it's a big gain. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
One thing I love about this back is
how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
And they'll give it to the back. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
And they'll stop him short of the line to gain.
Third down coming up.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Looking downfield. It's Reed. He's moving out of the pocket now. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's third down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Utah State's offense back out on the field now. We're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. We're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Second down after that run on the previous play. Handoff from the shotgun. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down. So from the 28-yard line, it's a third and manageable here. Try and muscle for the first down. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be fourth down and inches to go. Here's a gamble. Head coach keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. A running play called on fourth down. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Man, that is a gutsy call to go for it on fourth down in your own territory. But you can see that this coach is confident in his offense and going to their go-to plays that they call up specifically for these situations.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And here's the handoff. Makes a nice move there. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and it's a nice solid gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Back to pass. It's Barnes. Got him for a sack. A big play made by one of the senior leaders in this defense. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on third and long. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. The throw complete to the running back underneath. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's fourth down.
This is what you love to see, right? Quarterback does a nice job of looking and finding his open receiver, and he waits to the last possible second. In fact, Chris, he gets hit as he gets that ball out of his hands. So good job of showing some strength and a good job of throwing with accuracy as he's taking that hit.
They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field, looking to build on this lead in this possession. Had to settle for 3 last time out. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. And he just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack. So after the incompletion, it's second down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Ram down the middle. It's Thomas. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Man, I love these big receivers. This time he's able to use his big frame to almost box out the defender on that slant route. If you've got good timing, and this is hard to stop.
Quarterback keeps the football. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
No gain on the play. Offense facing fourth down.
And the Aggies will line up to punt it away. On the kick now for the 5th time today. And this punt heads toward the sideline. Doesn't travel very far. And the Aggies offense is back on the field now. Last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Lets it go quickly. And the senior tries to take a shot, but overthrows his man.
Chris, you see what happens when you try to squeeze it into double coverage. An incompletion is probably the best result he could have hoped for, because an interception is the most likely outcome when you're throwing the ball into the crowd.
Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. Oh, and he can't quite hold on. A great chance for their first interception here today. But it's going to bring up 4th down. So the drive stalls, and here comes the punting team. Bringing it back, it's Owens. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Forced to punt last time. Tried to add points, build the lead right here. They'll run it to the left. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking, interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
Looking for the wideout. He's got a man down the middle. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a first down.
Well, you wonder if the receiver adjusted his route to get closer to that first down line. Whatever he did, it works. Move the sticks.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Some hard running there through a tackle. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down. Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. And they'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up the offense at the 39.
Well, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
Here comes the Utah State offense out there. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Gets into space at the 50. And he'll get their first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work, are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. On the junior, gets home, making a sack there.
Well, Chris, after another sack, these guys are going to be facing another third down and long situation. It seems like that's been the theme in this football game. They cannot stay on schedule offensively, making it very easy for the defense to get after the quarterback when you know he's in a must-throw situation.
And as we break for the quarter, Kirk, it's Texas A&M on top. You've reached the end of 3. Time is running out to cut into the lead. Let's take a look at the game sets before we move on. We're set now for the fourth quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Back to throw. It's Barnes. Fires it to the wideout. He pulls it in for a big gain. Explosive gain across midfield. They'll spot it about the 35. The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break that ball's not intercepted.
Not much on that play. Brought down short. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Tackle right after the catch, but they'll spot the ball down at the 15.
Well, this is a beautiful play when the timing is right, as we see right here. The receiver's got to do a good job of working his way back to the football as the quarterback is throwing it. The timing here.
That football is out. A potentially game-changing play, but who's got it? Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
Well, you're trailing in a game like this in the second half, an opportunity in the red zone at the very least to get a field goal, hopefully a touchdown. The most important aspect is ball security. You got to take care of the football, and instead, they cost themselves a possession.
And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. He moves the ball out to the 15.
Hey, Chris, with the offense backed up this deep in their own territory, runs like this at least give you a little bit of breathing room. But you've got to continue to protect the football, especially trying to hold on to this lead.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
Big guys up front, lined up. It's first down. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. Offense sets the formation. It's third down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, it seemed like the offense is trying to throw some kind of misdirection with that run there. But give credit to the defense. They were prepared for anything, and they swallowed that running back up. Nice defensive stand.
That takes a big bounce and rolls all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. This group was coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Quick throw to his receiver. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. They bring him down at the 5. Solid gain, though, in the completion.
Man, the defense seems to be all about loading up to stop the run and creating some one-on-one opportunities, and the quarterback and receiver make them pay for it with a great play.
So it's 1st and goal. The offense will try to milk the clock and add points if they can. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, A&M. He just goes up and over the pile for that touchdown.
And that's some serious vertical by this running back. A well-earned touchdown on the goal line.
So they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. Handles the tricky footing, and the PAT is good.
That makes the score. Texas A&M 16, Utah State 7.
Now they get set to kick it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. Utah State's offense back out on the field now. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Oh, look at the quick cut. And bulldozing his way through. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. The defense all over it. They stop it right at the line.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run phase. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? To throw, it's Barnes. Receiver makes the catch. The completion picks up about 8 yards, but sets up a 4th down play now.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Caught near the sideline. It's Owens. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. 2nd down after that completion. Handoff heading left. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a 1st down.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line, the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Looking right. This one caught. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down after that previous play.
42 Spider.
Grab behind the line. It's Allen. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the 1st down marker.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
The scramble doesn't get there, and it's going to bring up fourth down. The Aggies will line up to punt it away. Looking to flip the field here. And the punt heads out of bounds. Excellent work. They'll spot this down near the 5-yard line. And the Aggies offense is back on the field now. Last time the defense got a big fourth down stop. Let's see what the offense can do this time. To the air, it's Barnes. Close to the tight end. And it's complete downfield. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
It's a nice completion there, Chris. And this possession at this point in the game is critical for them. They've got to focus on putting points on the board right now to make this a one-possession game.
First down and 10. From the gun, he looks for an open man. That ball snagged for a completion. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3. You snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying the lead.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. It's a highlight reel diving catch there.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. How about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
No, they've stopped in short. The defense with a big fourth down play to protect this lead late in the game. First down here for this offense. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Well, about the only thing that went right for the offense there, Chris, is they kept the ball in bounds to try to keep that clock moving. The defense does their job. They're just trying to think of any way at all to get that ball out and get the ball back to their offense to have a shot here.
And now the running back's got it again. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Offense looking to keep this drive going into the red zone. It's 3rd down and short. They'll try to run for the first down. Looks like Texas A&M will have the first down.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
The back's got it on a counter, and he will be stuffed for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Well, they had some high hopes, Kirk, coming into this game. They practiced well, prepared well, they were optimistic, but things just did not work out, and that's a tough loss.
Yeah, their opponent just made more plays than they did, plain and simple. But there's a lot to learn from losses like this, and the smart coaches know how to use them to motivate their team moving forward.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.